It genuinely floors me how incompetent a billion-dollar-a-year conglomerate can truly be. A billion-dollar-a-year conglomerate that is in control of one of the most beloved, longest-running game franchises, highest-earning game franchises in the history of modern gaming or gaming in general, can still remain so consistently incompetent at far more than they ever should be capable of. I'm asking you, the audience, right now, how does someone mess something so theoretically simple up on such a consistent basis? I'm talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Cold War, Modern Warfare, Black Ops, fuck my ass. It is genuinely impressive how completely retarded this series has gotten. So in case you didn't know, Black Ops 6 is set to come out very soon. So they've done an update for not Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 or Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops Cold War or any other game underneath this generalized current Call of Duty banner. I don't know what you're going to call it. The fuck-up era would be pretty fitting, I'd say. I liked Black Ops Cold War. Modern Warfare 2 has been very hit or miss for me. I didn't buy Modern Warfare 3 because fuck that game and its existence. And I'm not going to buy Black Ops 6 because of how annoyed I am right now about this situation. But if you haven't been a member of the Call of Duty community or you haven't been playing many recent Call of Duty games, they've decided to do this completely spastic thing where they've bunched all of the Call of Duty games up into one user interface, where in order to open these games, you have to open into this dumb fuck user interface in order to access them all. I have no idea whose idea this was, because it is not only the dumbest fucking thing I think has ever been conceived in the history of Call of Duty, but number two, that means that there are frequently problems when it comes to things like updates, when it comes to things like servers going offline. Half the time, it doesn't even know what game you played last. This is really, I'm not fucking around when I say this. I haven't played Call of Duty Cold War in probably a year and a half now. It still thinks the latest game I played in the Call of Duty series was Cold War. Now, granted, I do enjoy myself a bit of Cold War occasionally, but that is not the point. What I'm trying to say is, it's a fucking goat fuck what they've got going on with this thing. So imagine my shock when I decide after my long day today, I've uploaded 2 videos on this channel already, and this will be my 3rd, which for the first time ever, a triple video day. Crazy, am I right? Anyway, I decided to sit down and play some Call of Duty. So I went to Modern Warfare 2 because I've actually been somewhat enjoying Modern Warfare 2 recently. That's not going to be continuing after today. So I opened the game and I see it's expecting me to agree to all of the terms and conditions again. Read the EULA, accept the privacy agreements, accept the player conduct agreement, that kind of shit. The kind of shit that's so long and drawn out that if you genuinely wanted to actually look over what it says, you'd need to hire a lawyer and probably pay them over $500 for the amount of time it would take for them to actively sign you into what is essentially a legally binding contract. But again, that's a topic for another day. I fucking hate AAA game developers trying to control my privacy settings, right? But what I'm saying is, I shouldn't have to go through that process again because I played the game not 4 days ago. The game is installed fully on the platform of choice, so I shouldn't have to do that again. Now, I already know something's up because that's usually what happens when you first start playing a game. Even if you've played a game before, if you've deleted and reinstalled the game, an online game that is, usually it expects you to accept those terms and conditions. So I was like, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. So I get to the menu, and I will give them this. It is a piece of shit, but it's a polished piece of shit. Because the issue I had with it previously was the fact that it was just a poorly optimized, poorly designed, really slow user interface that was an absolute slog to get through. But now it actually looks and runs pretty decently for the very brief amount of time that I used it. So I accept all of the shit, I move to the main screen, and guess what? Modern Warfare 2 ain't there. Cold War is there because, again, despite all of the things they fucked up when it comes to actually letting you play the games that you've purchased with legal tender, they still somehow remember that I really used to like Cold War quite a bit and played that for many, many days on end. So that's still in the list, even though that game's not installed. And I'm like, yeah, so where's Modern Warfare 2? Modern Warfare 2 was literally like one of the more recent games in the franchise. Why are you showing me a game from like years ago when you could be showing me a game from only a handful of years ago at that? So I go over to all games, which is on the next tab, if you will. And trust me, if you've played Call of Duty in the last day or two, you'll know what I'm talking about here. I don't have any footage or any like images of it. And there it is, sitting right there. So I go over to it and I click it and I'm like, all right, here we go. I'm going to be fucking shitting on some little kids in, in Shoot House or fucking, what's that other map I really like? I can't remember the name of it right now, but I'm going to be shitting on kids with that. And it's asking me to install it again. Now, at this point, I was genuinely about to start cursing the mongoloids and window lickers that work at the companies responsible for this series. I was about to genuinely start questioning how many pieces of Lego they were busy shoving up their fucking asshole while they were developing this update. Because I'm not stupid. I know these games are installed on my system. I know. I was playing less than 3 days ago without problem, and out of the fucking blue, now they choose not to open. So I'm like, okay, I'll look at what's going on. And then I notice it's telling me I can actually launch Cold War. Now again, Cold War not installed. Modern Warfare 2 installed. So I press Cold War, get ready to experience some fucking Cold War action. No, none of the installs have been found. Do you want to go to the PlayStation Store and purchase them again? Now, not being the kind of person who wanted to shove my own fingers up my fucking ass, I decided to just try Modern Warfare 2. I said, okay, I'll try and install the game, see what happens, because if the game is already installed, then maybe this dumb fuck, retarded ass user interface will realise that I do have the game and I can open the game because I've been doing that for the better part of the last 3 months now. Maybe that's something it's capable of doing for me. But computer says no. Because when I go to install what was effectively... Actually, no, I'm missing a part of the story. It was like, you know that mode, right? That DMZ mode that you've played like twice and never touched again? You know that mode that you want to play, DMZ? Well, you got to install that. Why the fuck do I have to install DMZ? It's a completely separate mode from multiplayer, which is the one that I had installed. So, let's be fucking real here. You're telling me I have to install a mode I haven't been playing in order for this game to fucking work, when it says that I have none of the modes installed for the game to work to begin with, when I know they are? And this is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. These guys have no clue what they are doing. They have no clue. They can't update a video game that has been on the market for over 2 years because a new game is coming out that they have to integrate into this dogshit UI. They have zero clue. They can't update a game or any of these games, not the games themselves. Like, I'm pretty sure Modern Warfare 2 wasn't going to really have anything major be added to it because of Black Ops 6's release. I'm pretty fucking sure they could feasibly have done this without fucking it up. Which leads me on to a theory I've been thinking about for many years. Now, some of you may say you're just a contrarian. You're thinking this because you already dislike the COD developers and Activision. Are they genuinely trying to make it harder to play the older games so that dumb fuck morons decide to just buy the newest one so they can actually play the game? Because this happens so fucking frequently. This isn't even the first time something like this has happened to me. I tried to reinstall Modern Warfare 2 when it was in its, just past its use-by date. Modern Warfare 3 had released, so I decided I'd install Modern Warfare 2 and have some COD action going. And I couldn't even play the game for a very similar reason. Despite the fact that I'd installed everything that it required, for some fucking reason, it wouldn't let me. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, you fucked this up once or twice, I can understand. It's not easy making a game like this. It's not easy updating a video game, I'm sure. But fuck up this many times and there's gotta be something more to it. You can't use the excuse that it's difficult to update all of these games individually when literally half the time the updates that are going to this UI aren't even anything to do with the base game that you're intending to play anyway. So, I uninstalled the fucking game. I'm not going to install it again because there's no guarantee that it will work after an update as simple as a UI change for an aspect of the experience that isn't even a part of the fucking game that I wish to play. Like, you have to launch into the game itself from this menu. There isn't a more, there's very few things as fucking retarded as that, in my opinion. And I'm sitting here thinking, players are complaining about this, but they're complaining about the wrong thing. They're complaining about the fact that these games are unstable sometimes. They're complaining about the fact that these games are not as good as the old ones. I'm here complaining about the fact that it's a completely superfluous addition to the franchise that does not add anything. It doesn't really add anything. It actually takes away from the experience more. Because when you think about it, we already had a far more streamlined, much better way to interact with these games in the past. It's called clicking on the game's icon from the menu screen of your system or from the desktop of your computer and starting it the fuck up from there. What does this dumb fuck UI do to enhance the experience of playing a Call of Duty game? Nothing. Nothing at all. It actually makes it fucking worse. And I'm sitting here thinking, how is this possible? Billions of dollars the Call of Duty franchise is worth, yet they can't even just stick with what used to work. They have to try and add all of this random shit. Also, you can start playing a game where you'll get 360 fuck scoped by someone dressed as a weed plant. And then, if you decide to stand still for a singular second, in order to, look at the menu screen, change the options, some dumb fuck with a cat costume will come from behind you and hit you with a 365, 470 flip Chuck Norris fucking axe kick to the back of the head to put your character out like it's fucking Fortnite. So I'm sorry, but this is bullshit. And I have seen other people complain about this. And look, if you're not having this problem and you can play your Call of Duty games uninhibited, then that's fine. I am happy for you. I mean, honestly, I wish you'd get out of the abusive relationship that is known as the Call of Duty franchise. It's okay to speak up. Times are different now. You can, talk about your abuse and people will listen. But it's just all of these issues. This isn't the only issue. It's just one of numerous that people have been complaining about for ages, that isn't fixed, that's not been made better. And it shouldn't happen. You shouldn't be allowing this to get by unaccounted for when the game itself may be solid, but getting into it is a fucking mystery and a miracle every time something as simple as an update happens. So I've been sitting here contemplating this for a while because I've already uninstalled the game and I doubt I'll install it again. I think I'm done with Call of Duty. It's a fucking stupid situation, and I really just can't comprehend how something as simple as an update could break something like this. Well, actually, I can comprehend it. I can comprehend it. It's because Call of Duty and Activision literally have no fucking clue what they're actually doing with this franchise. And they've added this concept in which is so needlessly convoluted. It literally feels like it's being held together by sticky tape, spit, and fucking sailor ejaculate. And because of how poorly made it is, there's absolutely no way that you can't know that that is the reason why it's so fucked. It's fucked because they've made it as bad as possible. I don't even know if it's on purpose or not. I wouldn't be surprised if some unpaid intern was responsible for putting this together. It looks pretty now. That's great. It runs better now. But what good is that when the shitter older version actually let me start my fucking games? So yeah. I don't know, man. This has just been a little bit of a 2013 gamer rant on Call of Duty right now. So, yeah, fuck this franchise, fuck this series. I know everyone says that these days, but I'm genuinely saying I think I'm done with it. It's played a big role in my developing years as a video game fan, but I'm genuinely really pissed off about it because I was actually looking forward to playing one of their games, and of course the time that I actually want to and feel like playing it, they let me down. So we're gonna have a good one, fellas.